It's hurt, and guess what? Your demand vanishes because people ain't going to pay up to see these athletes that are ungrateful that their sports.
You may have heard about the financial collapse caused by Caitlin Clark's injury to the WNBA All-Star Game. However, to be honest, that first shockwave was a multi-million-dollar disaster. And it isn't even the whole tale. This is only the beginning. Behind the scenes, something more larger and riskier was quietly taking place while everyone's attention was focused on the mayhem in Indianapolis. The WNBA players are now being actively sought out to play in Europe, which is absurd. Everything as a result of this Clark circumstance. It almost seems as though a full-scale evacuation might be imminent. The WNBA may be utilizing its current turmoil to entice its finest players to explore elsewhere for better compensation and recognition, but the league office definitely doesn't want us to discuss this. Look, comprehending the magnitude of this catastrophe and how it revealed the league's flaws is crucial to comprehending why players would be considering leaving. Fans weren't the only ones who had second thoughts. Caitlin Clark's absence really resulted in a financial no-confidence vote for the WNBA. And the figures are crazy. Tickets were down 48% from $121 to $64 in a matter of hours after Clark revealed she was leaving the All-Star celebrations. Consider that in the past, the most expensive ticket ever for a WNBA All-Star game was $2.2. Then all of a sudden, teams were unable to reveal them. A significant portion of the $10 million Indianapolis was anticipated to earn over the weekend simply vanished overnight. The league centered its whole growth strategy upon a single player, as this entire situation glaringly demonstrated. And now that important player is hurt, completely overburdened, and beginning to lose it, these shrewd European teams are circling you. And that is essentially blood in the water, my friends. However, money isn't the only factor here. Why the money disappeared in the first place is the true question. The reason for this is that the league's most prized possession, their golden goose, was destroyed. And trust me when I say that every other WNBA player is closely watching this. This is not merely a chance occurrence. Due to 4 separate muscle problems, Caitlin Clark has already missed 11 games this season. Additionally, she is the same player that notably participated in every game during her first season and her entire collegiate career at Iowa. She was a woman of iron. What then changed?
Seeing firsthand what Caitlin Clark is worth to this league, especially to
fans and even critics are casting fingers directly at the Indiana Fever organization on social media. When compared to NBA standards, many individuals think the team's injury treatment procedures and medical staff are simply appallingly poor. The ridiculous physical toll Caitlin Clark takes has even been discussed by her instructor, Stephanie White. You load, explode, accelerate, and decelerate in completely various ways during that 40-minute physicality. Now, every other player takes notice when the league's best star goes from being nearly impenetrable to getting injured all the time in one season. They are witnessing a system that completely fails to safeguard its most important resource. Additionally, they have a really straightforward inquiry for themselves. What's stopping it from occurring to me if it can happen to her? In the meantime, the European leagues, these global predators, have been anticipating just this kind of fear and mistrust. We're going to connect some dots that go into the realm of rumors, even if this is the major story and it comes from reliable industry sources. According to a crazy rumor, European basketball leagues are now actively seeking out American players. They are explicitly drawing attention to these injury management issues and the WNBA's instability. In essence, they are stealing players. They observed the players get agitated as the entire Clark issue developed, and now they are acting. Considering how successful this European sales pitch is, let's examine its actual sound. They hit you with the money first, which is obviously the case. Top European league offers may, but are not always, higher than WNBA salaries, according to reports. Higher compensation, however, is a very simple strategy to draw in athletes who feel underappreciated and underpaid at home. The hook is that their agents answer the phone for this reason. The problem is that it's not the last blow. The pitch that is currently landing with horrifying accuracy, the genuine knockout blow, has nothing to do with money. It is the promise of everything that the WNBA does not yet offer. Stability, genuine regard for your line of work, and real job security. The documents are quite lucid. Athletes are being sold on improved job security and professional treatment by European leagues. Consider it from the perspective of a player. You just witnessed the most well-known player in the league undergo rigorous physical rehabilitation. You've seen all the news and social media posts casting doubt on the medical personnel on her team. The league itself perceives it as ineffective and disjointed.
WNBA, pay attention. Pay attention. We saw the viewership drop. Ticket sales dropping. Attendance dropping.
What if your phone rings while you're a player in the midst of all that uncertainty? A Spanish league or EuroLeague team is making the call that they're not only making a contract offer, you're getting peace of mind from them. They guarantee excellent medical treatment and professional standards that will both safeguard your health and advance your career. That kind of stability and professional medical supervision sounds quite alluring when your own league approach seems to be merely burning out its stars and praying for the best. They are unquestionably taking advantage of the WNBA's greatest flaw. Furthermore, by escalating its internal disputes, the WNBA is just making matters worse. The whole turmoil surrounding the league's collective bargaining agreement, or CBA, is the root cause of this entire disaster. Since it indicates some extremely bad management from multiple teams, here is actually where the story takes an even harsher turn. The timing of this total breakdown in trust between the players and the front administration couldn't have been worse. On October 31st, 2025, the present CBA goes into effect, and those talks are becoming a highly visible conflict. Do you recall the All-Star Game's financial difficulties? The players, however, utilized it to convey a very powerful message. They wore black shirts with the bright white message, "You owe us money, give it to us," as they warmed up on the court. There was no subtle suggestion in that. They loudly expressed their annoyance in public. And the union's leadership is undoubtedly sharing that dissatisfaction. WNBA Vice President and well-known figure Breanna Stewart publicly referred to a recent CBA meeting as a complete lost chance. Even more bluntly, Angel Reed declared, "We won't stop until we got what we want."
You know why tickets prices dropped? Because people quit buying the damn tickets. People was asking for refunds for the damn tickets. So you want to know what they had to do? Damn near give them away, bro.
The players, on the one hand, are enraged and, to be honest, deeply contemptuous. Commissioner Kathy Angelbert then tells the media that all of these talks are constructive and helpful. That enormous discrepancy between the commissioner's statements and the players' real experiences. European recruiters are merely sowing their seeds there. It completely supports their entire sales presentation. Why fight for respect from a league that won't give it to you when we're ready to give it right now, is essentially what they're telling players. Furthermore, players seeking a larger salary are no longer the only ones in jeopardy. The biggest stars in the league might be impacted by this. We are aware that a number of elite American athletes, including past MVPs, already play abroad during the WNBA offseason. The true concern now is that this poisonous environment at home might persuade them to leave permanently. The prospect of being the undeniable star of a European team must be quite alluring when you witness your own league seemingly ignoring amazing talents like A.A. Wilson's one-sided fixation with Clark. And the WNBA would suffer a great deal if a player of that caliber made the decision to permanently quit. This goes beyond simply losing a single player. It concerns how the league as a whole is perceived internationally. The details are quite obvious. The marketability and competitive quality of the WNBA would be severely damaged by a successful European poaching operation. Simply consider it. The top players in the league leave. Viewership continues to decline, and the court's product suffers. Sponsors begin to withdraw. Then what? While international organizations invest much in marketing and broadcast setups to establish themselves as legitimate competitors, those same players are now endorsing a rival league. The WNBA's competitor gains immediate advantages from every star it loses. The league might become a hollowed-out shell as a result, no longer regarded as the world's top location for women's basketball. Now, this illness wasn't brought on by the Caitlin Clark All-Star incident. It only highlighted some of the WNBA's already serious internal problems. An overly dependent player, a tense and toxic relationship with its own union, a rising lack of confidence in players' safety and health, and this entire public drama. The league is currently engaged in a last-ditch effort. It must address all of these underlying issues from inside, while halting this external existential danger. Poaching has already started. This exodus is no longer merely a possibility. The truth is shifting, and time is running short. The tail analysts out there, I'm handing it over to you. In the comments section below, what are your thoughts? Does this European danger really represent a major existential dilemma for the WNBA? Or is the Players' Union only employing this entire circumstance as a cunning ploy to gain what they desire from the CBA negotiations? Share your theory with me. Additionally, click the subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications if you want to be informed about this story and other topics that may not be covered by the mainstream media. Connecting the dots on the crucial story is our aim. Lastly, please share this film with other WNBA fans if you believe they should be aware of this genuine struggle for the league's survival. Maintaining the dialogue is how we obtain the complete,